Here's my ideal morning routine as a dad of 7.
The most important thing I would say is make sure that however you structure your morning, it is one that sets you up for success. And success, in my mind, means to be in the best headspace possible to serve your family. In an ideal scenario, there are 5 parts to it. And this morning, we've already nailed all 5. So there we go. So the first one is to get up before the rest of the family, whether with 1 child, 2, 3, or like with us, multiples of that. The key is to just spend as much time as possible with them, and morning toddler cuddles are the best. When they're in that space and phase where they see you in the morning and all they want to do is give you a massive cuddle, I don't want to miss that. So I'm up early, out early, to make sure that I get as many of them as I can. And then the second one is, I'll navigate this gate. And the second one is to watch my mind movie. And what that is, I've chosen a track, musical track that has a deep meaning to me. Also aligns me with a future vision. So I've got the track of music, and then what I've done, I cut in photographs as well as videos of the family, myself, and people I look up to. And what it does, it is a reminder, and it's a short reminder, it's about 4 minutes, which I really heavily try and do every single day. Watch that mind movie, because it shows me why I do what I do. It shows me how I can best impact the people around me, and it shows me who I aspire to become. And I've got that interspersed with so pictures and images of people I look up to, but also pictures and images of things I have done to remind myself that we shouldn't just put people on a pedestal and thinking we're down here and they are up here, but actually all of us, we've done things we should be proud of. But since self-talk is wired to be negative, we need to overcome that negativity bias and just remind ourselves, you know what, you've done cool stuff too, including coming up here and taking in this amazing view. And the third one is journaling. So the way I do it is I either have a question or a prompt, short one-liner of something that helps me think about an aspect of my life that I want to either reflect on or think about more deeply. And I find this to be extra powerful after having watched the Mind movie. And that's why the early morning's important, because if the kids were running around, neither one of those other points wouldn't work that well. Okay, so those were the first 3 points. I'm gonna try and run up this hill, and I'll speak to you about the other 2 at the top. One of my favorite runs, especially quite locally to us. And here we are. I mean, look at that. Beautiful. I hope you can see that rainbow up there in the sky. It's like the YouTube gods said, you know what, let's show them something extra special today. So point 4, quite simple, is this: getting outside. Indoor workouts are great, and a lot of times, obviously here in Scotland, well, really half of the year, early morning workouts mean darkness, which kind of defeats a bit of the purpose of getting outside. It probably is more in terms of the, I guess, if you want to call it, forging a mental edge. You know, getting outside while it's dark with the head torch on, it certainly does something to you. But yeah, especially in the summertime, getting up early and heading into the hills, and then you're being rewarded with those views, fresh air, and seeing the local wildlife. That's superb. And number 5 is, as you can guess, obviously a morning workout. But why it's important isn't just for the physical aspects, which are obviously huge, but I find the mental aspects as a dad are that much more important. Getting a morning workout, it means you have created some space and time for yourself where you can reflect, where you can be with your thoughts, or like me this morning, listening to a audiobook and, you know, exploring something, learning something in your mind. But the most important part really of the morning workout for me is emotional control. It means I've filled my cup, it means I've done something hard, and it means I've had some time by myself. And then when you're getting into the door and you're hit with that chaos, morning chaos, or whatever it may be that comes at you when you get back inside, you're just more prepared for it. You've already done something for yourself, and you know, spilled drinks and crying babies and fighting children, whatever it may be that you're facing at home, is just that much easier to manage. So, as I said in the beginning, knowing what an ideal morning looks like, and this has been an ideal morning, is great, but also knowing what it looks like when things don't go right is equally important. And for me, that would be a morning workout. The most important thing. 10-15 minutes, even grabbing some kettlebells, doing a farmer's walk, doing some swings, breaking a sweat. That's it. Most important thing. So those were my 5 steps for a morning routine as a dad of 7. I would absolutely love to hear how you spend your mornings. Anything that I've missed, anything that you feel is more important or means more to you, so drop that in the comments below. Like and subscribe, the usual YouTube shebang. More like this coming hopefully very, very soon, and I'll see you at the next one.